Goodbye, Mr. Muffin. This is Mr. Muffin. He is an old guinea pig. He's grey and tired, very tired. He lives in a blue upside-down box that looks like a house with a door, a chimney and 2 windows. Outside his house there is a mailbox. Mr. Muffin checks his mailbox every day. And sometimes there is a piece of cucumber or some almonds. One day there is a letter. And the letter says, "Mr. Muffin, I'm so sorry because my dad tells me that when a guinea pig is old, he can suddenly die." Mr. Muffin mostly sits in his blue house, thinking about his life that he has lived. When he was young and dreamed about being soft and not fat. Once he was married to a guinea pig wife, Victoria. She was black as the night and beautiful like the day, and they have 6 furry little babies. Yes, that was the life, but now they are all gone. Once they all went to go on a hike to see how far the world can go. Suddenly they met a bird who looked at them like they were small sausages. And Mr. Muffin was so afraid that he fainted. But the kids stand around him and guard him, so nothing had really happened. That was the longest trip they ever made, to the world's end. But now Victoria is dead. She smelled at a flower, and a bee stung her on the nose. Mr. Muffin's stomach hurts. He thinks about his life. He has had a good life, better than most. So he starts to make a list. One very wise and kind wife. And he had some kids, furry little kids. And he had a blue house with a mailbox outside. And 728 whole cucumbers during his life. 2,555 armful grass, hay and dandelions. One Wednesday morning, Mr. Muffin is too tired to get up. His stomach hurts and his legs hurts. A vet comes to see him. She squeezes his tummy so much that he starts to scream. Then she shakes her head and leaves Mr. Muffin. All day Mr. Muffin sits in his house, looking at some pictures and photos on the wall. He looks at Mr. Muffin's wife, Victoria. She's so beautiful. He looks at pictures of his kids, and they are so cute. At the evening, Mr. Muffin goes out to the mailbox. He looks inside it, and there are 3 almonds and 1 letter. And the letter has 15 hearts on it. In the letter it says, "Dad say it's not dangerous to die. You only get to sleep, and you will not have any pain. It will go very fast, and then you get to rest. We are all going to die, you and me and Dad. Maybe you get to see your mom or your wife, but I don't know if there is a heaven." Mr. Muffin goes to bed. Suddenly he starts to sneeze. He sneezes all night long, and every time he sneezes, his stomach hurts so much. At Thursday morning, Mr. Muffin finds a new letter in the mailbox. And the letter says, "Dear Mr. Muffin, I did not want to wake you when you finally had fell asleep. I hope you did not feel sad because of the letter I wrote to you yesterday. I have also been awake the whole night, and I have been laying in my bed thinking about death. I have been thinking that either you just go to rest, and that's nothing to be afraid of, or you come to heaven, and everything is going to be all right. I hope you managed to read all this. Dad says that you might have left when I come home from school. I love you so very much." Mr. Muffin nibbles at the corner of the letter. He's too tired to do some more. And then his stomach aches again. It hurts very much. And he lies down, and suddenly he's dead. It is written in all the newspaper about the tragedy that a guinea pig, whose name was Mr. Muffin, has passed away. Now Mr. Muffin lays on a stretcher with his paws in the air and his nose is stiff and cold. He gets a cover of a napkin and 15 dandelions around him. That was the flower he loved the most. They put him carefully in a box with soft and beautiful moss in the bottom. And next to him all the things that he loved so much. A little guinea pig made of mud that looks like Victoria, a drawing of his 6 little kids, and some almonds, and a little piece of cucumber, and the last letter. Now there is a hole dug in the garden. A bird sings a sad song, and it's grey outside, and a cold wind goes through the world. Many people are crying at Mr. Muffin's funeral. There are garlands made of dandelions with the words, "Thank you for everything." And one dad says, "It was with sorrow and dismay that we all received the message about Mr. Muffin's disease." Everybody is crying, and some girls sings a sad song. The sun goes down, and the dark falls in the garden, and it's silent. In the last letter to Mr. Muffin it says, "Now you know more than we do, Mr. Muffin. Now you know more what happens when you die. Isn't it not that death is just a rest, and then it is nothing to be afraid of? Or you go to eternal life, and you will live there happy. And then death is just something that you long for. Why should you be afraid of death? Certainly, it is that way, isn't it, Mr. Muffin?"